This is episode 78 of the Curios Cast. How big is your head? So Rob, last episode, me and you had we butted heads, you could say.
Ah, nice, very good.
And you thought you had a very big head.
Well, I've just always been told that I do. You know, like I was always getting a bit caned for it. It's
Oh,
just
really?
been
Okay.
yeah, well, not like, I was never like meathead at school or anything. You know, there's always some poor kid that got called meathead, wasn't there? I'm sure every school had a meathead or two. But me mates now like just say that reckon I have a massive head.
Okay. See, I was never singled out for having a big head. I figured it out on my own just through like wearing hats and stuff.
Because it's not like, I think people got like more torment if you had a big forehead. You know, like a five head. People would call someone like five head.
Yeah.
Or like spam. Do you remember that? It used to be like
Spam head.
Spam heads, yeah. And then you'd get slapped in. Do you remember that? Spam, and just slap someone in the head, yeah. And there's always someone with a particularly big like spam head at school.
So we said we'd measured our heads ready for this episode. George, you knew that you couldn't compete with the size of mine or Rob's noggin.
I'm just surrounded by giants. You know, I'm like a minnow in a lake full of huge fat carp. So I've already run. Yeah, I'm out of the running. I did, however, lay down a rule for the head measuring.
Oh, okay.
Because there was a bit of there was a bit of confusion as to where to start the measuring from.
Yeah.
So we've laid down the rule that you couldn't measure on the brow because Tom's brow is exceptionally big, but I don't count that as his
I want to
his
see a
head
side
circumference.
profile of the brow. Yeah, I want to see, because I swear
I'm gonna
mine
do it
makes
on
no odds.
my camera now.
When you said this, I was just like, "What are you on about the brow? Like my brow, like is just flat to my head."
I'm trying.
Yeah, he's got like a caveman brow almost.
Yeah, you have got very ridge. Yeah,
hopefully the other camera's picked it up.
So he's getting an extra 6 inches on you if he puts it on there.
I genuinely think like if
And
we
that's not
measure
where your
on the
hat
brow,
goes.
because you said your head just seems to go straight down into your eyes. Like
like so. Maybe we should do
Slopes inwards.
Yeah.
Rob slopes in.
Yeah.
a brow comparison.
Yeah. So I tried to find. I've actually got a picture here as well of. I'll put it up on the screen of where we're measuring from. It's like probably about a centimetre above the brow bone, just when it is definitely a forehead.
I'm paranoid now. I might have to measure again because I feel like I've
miss.
Yeah.
Okay. Have another go. But
I'll do it while you're chatting. I've just got to.
I tried to find maybe like a scientific paper or a definitive. See if there was like a .gov page on the average head sizes in the UK or even the world. And I couldn't find one. I'm pretty sure I found one before, but it's since been scrapped from the internet. So I found all I could find was a lot of hat measuring guides. So like how to measure your head for if you're buying a hat. Seems to make sense because hat manufacturers would know how big heads go, right? So you've got extra small, which starts at 53 centimeters around, and then it goes up in the centimeters, of course, to triple XL. So,
and if it's XXL, well, what the hell?
What did you measure your head in at, Rob?
Centimeters.
Yeah.
Oh, you're asking
how
me what it
many
should be.
centimeters?
Right. I thought we were starting off by discussing metric or imperial. I've gone for 62 centimeters.
62 centimeters. Okay,
which is what is that for our American listeners?
That is 24.4 inches.
Did you just know that off the top of your head?
No.
Oh, okay.
No. I could have got close. I'm pretty good, but
it shows how stupid inches are, doesn't it? Like 24.4. Like, no wonder we don't use that shit anymore. Anyway.
Yeah, but you could have 62 point something centimeters. You can always have a point, can't you?
Yeah, I suppose, but it's still just a bit mad in inches. Sorry, let me close that off.
I have just edged you out. I am 64 centimeters.
Whoa!
Yeah. Yeah, and that is not including my brow bone. That is all the way around. So I'm
going for a recount.
Demonstrate for the camera.
Go on, yeah, let's see.
I can't hear you now. The headphone's gone.
It's all right.
Oh, let me zoom in with the camera.
He's applying to his forehead now.
Applying to his forehead, yep. I say this is great radio. Getting all around it looks quite fetching.
Around his forehead.
Looks like a bandana. Yeah, it looks like a bandana. Yeah. I think you should just rock that in general. I mean, you can't hear us right now. You look like a cunt, mate.
Oh, I can hear you. All right. That's inches. Okay, wrong side. I thought it was 24? Yeah, 24. It was 24 and a bit, which comes out that time 63. But I did put it in.
I'm having a recount. I'm having a recount.
Now I think
I'm going to count. I'm going to do mine. I'm going to grab a tape measure now.
Please do.
I want to see how small my head is.
So I know what I did then. I've got quite a protruding bump at the back of my head.
Okay.
And I think that gives me a little bit of an edge.
All right, I see it. To be fair, you'd have to account for that with a hat.
Yeah, because I've also... Jesus, this is tough. All right. There we go, I've got it. Yeah, that was definitely 64 that time.
So what was triple XL then? You didn't say, like...
Triple XL is 64 and 65.
Oh, so you're triple XL.
So I am triple XL.
Mad. Well, then what the hell? Wait, let me try mine. Can you really do it with a metal one like that, George?
No, you definitely can't do it with that one. But I'm going to give you a rough idea.
I'm going for the cable device.
I haven't got a bit of string or...
I haven't even got a bit of string or a cable. I'm using a micro USB cable.
I'll tell you what, I can... okay,
well, you've done it now.
I've got an idea. Oh, Jesus. Right, I'm going to measure...
Yeah, use a cable or string or something.
I'm going to use a USB-C cable.
Yeah, that's it. Other USB cables are available.
Look at this.
Also, just to demonstrate, this is how I kind of first figured out that my head was big, this is I don't know what size this cap is, but just like a standard size, like baseball cap type thing. Yeah. I put this on. That's actually a bit tight. I need to loosen it. I loosen it, right? So it's tight enough that I can like just about squeeze a finger in there, right? Like that's kind of how you want to have a hat. When you look at like how much slack is left,
yeah, that's quite excessive.
There's nothing.
If you have one of those ones with the buttons, are you on the maximum button? You know, like the popper sort of hats.
Yeah, so I don't really get hats with buttons because then I can only put it on the last one and then it like twists about. Yeah,
it's no good on the last one, is it? It's no good.
No.
Yeah,
it's a pointless button.
Where are you at, George?
56.
56. You're extra small.
That's a small little. That's a small little bounce, that isn't it?
That is on the lower side of medium.
All right, I'm gonna try mine again.
Distinctly average, I'd say that is.
Wow, Rob's going again.
But
tell you what, this is great
my
podcast.
Hair causes the most issues.
Yeah. For those audio listeners and those who are not watching, we're measuring our heads.
Imagine if we were charging for this.
Yeah.
Imagine how pissed off you'd be right
two guys with big heads and one person with a slightly just over small head. Medium.
Just over small head.
Yeah. Just slightly over small head.
Head over medium.
Yeah.
All right. I was just saying to the guys before I started recording as well. I'm around my mate Ad's house recording because I ain't got any internet at home and that in a minute. And he's got a wife and 2 kids. And she's there cooking dinner, like looking after the kids. Got one kid like down, like one like proper baby. The other kid's like a toddler. And what am I doing my hair? and I'm going in going, have you got the tape measure I can borrow so I can measure my head for my podcast? All right, what is it?
I'm a grown up.
That cable just looked like an extra dreadlock then.
That is better. That is not a one-handed job, is it?
Can confirm that Rob did measure behind his locks.
Yes.
Because otherwise he'd get a girthy extra.
Hence the current chaos that is ensuing with my hair.
I wonder how much hair is still there, because I do notice a difference with the hats when I get my hair cut, and my hair's never like.
There's
massive.
Definitely got to be a little bit, I was trying to be like as minimal hair as possible.
So I had my hair cut the other day, so it's not. There's nothing there at the back.
To be fair, that's coming in even less now. That's coming in about 60.
Oh, okay.
So maybe my head's just not even that big.
Wow.
What would that make me? Just a large? Not even.
60 is extra large, just about.
I'll take that.
What?
Yeah.
I'll take that.
That's not a lot of difference. I'm a low medium at 56, and he's a
4
extra large at 60.
Yeah. But 4 centimeters is like
quite
a good amount.
Yeah, I suppose so. Yeah.
I mean, how much do you expect heads to vary? Like,
Don't know. What is the biggest head ever?
Well,
I feel like we're going to find out, George.
I don't actually know that one, so maybe you Google it.
Fuck it.
Biggest head ever. Oh wait, I've got the Guinness World Record book always near me. I always keep this handy nearby wherever I go, just so I can find out. I don't think it's in there though, because I've read through it and I don't remember that.
You've actually read it cover to cover?
Only I flick through and
I was going to say, I imagine it to be like a dictionary, isn't it? Is it kind of...
There is like a glossary at the back, yeah.
No, I mean, no, like the way it's laid out, or is it like a full page spread of some record, or is it...
Have you never had a Guinness World Record book?
I remember in school, I never had one myself. No, I remember in school they were about, but in my head I remember it like almost like a dictionary, like loads of little...
It's like got pictures and stuff. It's fun.
Oh, right, I see. Oh, wow.
Yeah. Like you open it here and
maybe the one
eaten in 1 minute. 1.12 kilos.
See, maybe I remember them like before colour printing.
Anyway, so I was looking into heads and stuff when after last episode when we discussed measuring our heads, and I started reading a little bit about phrenology. How much do you guys know about phrenology?
Not enough to even know what the word means.
No, phrenology.
The study of heads?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Tell you what, that's some problem solving skills.
I think
Oh, Tom, I've lost you.
Yeah, I've lost your audio. Live on the pod.
Absolutely.
No, we got off piste.
He might have been recording. Quick, say something about phrenology. Well, no, I was about to say, isn't phrenology like your frenulum? Isn't that the end of your penis or something?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah. So is it just Tom accidentally studied like the study of glands?
The wrong friend.
Yeah.
Study of glands.
I suppose that was always a classic Lawfordism. He loved the glands. Every now and then he'll text me something about his glands being too dry because I haven't performed fellatio on him in a while.
He's glands obsessed.
I mean, for the record, I haven't ever performed fellatio on him, but yeah, not to my knowledge. Yeah, that's not
what he says.
For the record, what was the word Tom said?
Frenulum. Oh no, phrenology.
No, I said
I'm
frenulum.
getting confused now.
Yeah. Let's look up
this
phrenology.
week on the Curios Cast. Frenulum. That's our word of the week.
Phrenology. Phrenology, the study of the conformation of the skull as indicative of mental faculties and traits of character. Right. So is this one of those things where people say like the bigger your head is, the bigger your...
Bigger you what?
The bigger your head is, like maybe they're trying to relate it to being cleverer or something.
Well, surely having a bigger...
I can hear now, Tom. He's back.
He's back.
Okay, I'm back. So we were talking about phrenology. I think you guys started talking about frenulums.
Yes, we did. They must be related. They must be part of the same...
So a frenulum is actually just any bit of skin that connects like two tissues or glands together, I think. So also the bit under your tongue is also a frenulum. And then, the bit of your banjo string basically is your frenulum. So the bit that connects you know. Wow,
what knowledge, Tom. Why you got such good frenulum knowledge?
Why do you know so much about frenulum?
That was already prior knowledge before this week's research. Yeah. So I just already knew. Maybe I was preparing a frenulum episode soon. Well, no, so phrenology is like an outdated sort of like pseudoscience that has now been debunked, but it was in like the late 1800s and early 1900s. There were certain scientists, physicians, whatever they want to call themselves, that published papers stating as facts that like the shape of your head and your skull and the bumps and everything was an indicator of your personality, and there was it was almost going down a route of there is no nurture, it's all nature. Like you're born the way you are. If you look like this, then you have this personality, and some of it is really funny. I can't imagine that any of it was racist in any way either. It does devolve into a little bit of like racism. So a lot of it is just they'll be like, these features are that of a benevolent, but
benevolent.
benevolent man, and it was basically features that a lot of white
some
people
idiots
have.
still try and bring that up now, don't they? As like a like deeply racist thing. That's something. Yeah.
So have a little look.
Famously popularised in the Quentin Tarantino film Django Unchained.
Oh yeah. He's got like the
skull.
calipers on his brain and stuff, and on his head. And
I think that is relating to all these old Victorian.
Right, yeah.
What was it? Frenulum studies.
Phrenology studies, yeah. So
isn't it like? Didn't it used to be a thing they used to say like? I remember as a kid thinking that Einstein had a massive head. Like I swear, I remember like depictions of Einstein, and because he was so clever, he had like this big head. And I remember hearing it like he didn't something stupid, like he didn't actually have a brain in a traditional way, so the brain cells just floated about inside his head, which why he was so clever, because all these ideas were just there.
He was all brain.
It wasn't encased in a brain, and he had like this, like almost like a cartoon, like brainy head. That's what I remember thinking Einstein looked like.
Well, I heard that his head was 56 centimetres at
the optimum size.
Yeah, I mean, I'm happy to go down the route of the bigger your head is, the smarter you are. Like that works for me. But no, I don't think that was the case with Einstein. I think his brain is in a museum. I think you can.
You don't think that's the case? So you don't think that Einstein had a big brainy head? Really? Are you sure? You don't think he had like a?
No.
I don't know why I thought that
compartment.
So you thought he like almost didn't have a skull, like his.
Yeah, no, he had a skull. It was like he didn't have a brain casing.
A skull,
maybe
a skull.
Yeah. No, like the pink mushy bit that you see. He just had like open brain cells floating about in his skull.
So it wasn't like a solid brain. It was
smoothie.
like I guess, yeah. I don't know why. Why the hell did I think that? It must have been on a cartoon or something.
Jesus.
Like I can really remember thinking that.
Wow. That was last week, wasn't it?
Yeah.
What is going on in that 54 centimetre head of yours?
60, mate.
Oh yeah. So I flicked through this entire book. Like this whole book is published on. This whole book is published on forgottenbooks.com, and you can actually. I'll copy the link, and you can flick through the whole book if you want. It's about 220 pages or so. And then after I'd flicked through it, I found this website that's put the 33 most interesting parts in there, and I could have just read that because the rest of it was a load of shit. So
the rest of it was a load of shit.
Yeah, what did I say?
No, I mean, as in like all of it's a load of shit, surely.
Oh, I mean in terms of entertainment factor.
Oh, right, okay.
The rest of it was a load of shit. So you can see here, and again, for those watching, you get a better experience and we get to see what's on the screen. But it's a picture of two men, like the profile of two drawn characters. So if you click that first link that I sent you to the allthat'sinteresting.com article, you see a genuine husband and an unreliable husband, and you have
looks like Lawford on the right. It looks like the unreliable husband.
He's the unreliable husband.
Yeah.
Now, and then there's some text underneath that says, "Young ladies, indelibly fix this shape of head in your memories. Any man who will make a natural, kind, and true husband will have a head in outline from a side view like this." And then the next one is the reason this man is an unreliable husband is because he is very weak in conjugality and parental love, and exceedingly strong in
conjugality. Isn't that banging?
Amativeness.
Conjugality, that means banging, doesn't it?
I don't know if it's only banging. Isn't it like just being an all-around? Because
isn't like...
oh, yeah, it says down there, bigamy. Yeah, bigamy comes directly from what's that word as well? Amativeness.
Oh, yeah, the state of being united as husband and wife. Yeah.
Conscientiousness is weak and secretiveness large. So you've probably seen photos of like a brain or a head, and it's all split up into different sections, and it will be kindness and so on. and all these different personality traits. So you can see here, there's a picture of like a typical phrenology diagram, and the brain is split up into loads of different sections, and you've got self-perfecting and ideality, morals, veneration, I can't say benevolence, can I? Benevolence.
I do like this kind of like art style though. It's very of the era, isn't it? It's like
it's got a good aesthetic to it. Yeah.
It's like reminds me of Monty Python.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean?
like
They had that similar of the same sort of age. Yeah, they were obviously harking back to it a bit, like this kind of.
Yeah. So when this book was published, this guy, I think it's just one guy who published this.
All the best scientific studies are just one guy.
Basically just drew like this guy. So you can see this guy on the right, he's the guy on the left who is a genuine husband, has quite a big round bulging rear of the skull, and his whole head is kind of just perfect, like perfectly round.
I'd say it's a bit too big, in my opinion. His head is very...
I think they're a bit caricaturish, yeah.
Yeah, I was going to say, out of proportion
alien.
To his actual face, his face is
He's got a fucking
tiny.
massive back of the head.
Yeah.
And then the other guy, they've purposely just drawn him with like a mean face as well. Like he's literally frowning, squinting. His mouth is like frowning as well. He's fatter, and he's got like
massive ears.
Pointy, massive ears, yeah. And then because of the shape of his head, apparently polygamy is an amalgamation of amativeness, spirituality, and veneration. Strange, but perfectly true. And it says, young ladies, beware of such men as husbands. Beware of such men as husbands. Yeah. And yeah, if you flick through to the next photo, there's the rear of these two men as well, like the back silhouette. And yeah, the first one is positively honest, and then the other one is anyone with a head like this will be positively selfish, tricky, and deceitful.
Just a wide old head, like
just a
I've never seen a head with a big bump on the top. Like
Is that part of it as well? The bump.
I think so. I think they're the elements of elements inside that make people deceitful.
I'm not sure. I'm guessing like this guy looks exactly like all the ones on the left. Like
I think so.
I would assume. Yeah.
Yeah, like
He's got a really small face, a really wide, long head, and it's thin like this. So far, that's all we know about him.
Yeah. But yeah, have a little flick through these photos.
On the next one, the one with all the ears, the guy that he looks a lot more normal. You know, so that you've got all the next one over. There's another picture of a guy. His head is in proportion. It's not too big on the back.
Yeah.
But I don't know why the one at the front looks so.
Oh, we've gone all mental on the next page as well.
Feminine head and face.
Masculine head and face. Yeah.
That masculine head and face. That's a good drawing.
Musical. I wonder if my ear is shaped like a musical ear.
Oh yeah, let's have a look. Let's do this on ourselves, right?
Yeah.
Like, what kind of shape? Yeah, what shape ear have you guys got?
Well, let's talk. What do you think you've got, Tom? Let me see your ear.
Mine's pretty. I think mine is candid.
I was going to say, I think you're quite candid.
Yeah, candid.
Yeah, you're pretty candid, mate.
Yeah, candid.
I say you are quite. Do you think you're quite? What does candid really mean? Like you're quite forthcoming.
Open, no?
Honest,
forthcoming.
Yeah,
Open.
just like you
forthcoming.
Are. Yeah.
Right, what about you, George? You got a tiny little ear, probably.
Yeah, I've got tiny ears.
Does that mean you're mental?
What's the shape though? Your ear is a bit candid as well.
It is a bit candid.
So it's either candid or feminine.
Balanced.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, feminine ear. Yeah.
Could be a little feminine.
Maybe.
Wonder what that means. Like, is there a description of like
just
what
feminine, mate?
Ear
what about
means to you?
Mental. I reckon you're going to be mental, Rob. Get your ear out, son.
He's a bit mental, isn't it?
Yeah, go further. That's a fucking mental ear. That.
Yeah, wait. Do it again. Like,
I can't really look at it on my own.
No, yeah, we have to completely judge.
I'd say he's either mental or balanced, or mentally unbalanced.
Yeah. I don't know what that musical one means. Like,
it's just got a big black void in it.
You've got a really dark void in your ear, yeah.
I like on the opposite page, under the, the picture of Ben, it says, get all this, get all of this. It's like it's trying to be fun and, open to all in its description.
Yeah, what is it saying now? I'm very confused by that whole.
Get all of this. Many are somewhat organised like the above. Here is a complete and pointed explanation of the reasons one cannot say no. Can't say no.
What we can't.
I've got no idea what's going on in that.
Nah, is that implying that if you've got that kind of face, people can't say no? It's kind of head, not face. Kind of head. People cannot say no to you.
No, I think it's saying that he can't say no. Like he's a submissive person.
I see.
Yeah, he's too nice. Because what does it say? Impulsiveness.
candid ear.
What makes people so impulsive? Intellect is not impulsive. There is no impulse in a single intellectual faculty. Blah blah blah. It all just doesn't make sense.
I reckon this guy was just pissed up.
Maybe.
Thought, I want to draw some faces. I want to draw some ears.
Yeah. Louis Allen Vault was his name. I wonder what he looks like. I want to see a picture of him because if he just looks like the positive man.
Yeah, he's kind of, isn't he? I like as well when you skip through a little bit. The unreliable mother. I'm pretty sure the face is exactly the same as the male face of an unreliable husband.
Oh yeah.
They haven't got a particularly imaginative style, is he?
Yeah, they've got like that overhanging nose, like the hooky kind of nose.
Yeah.
Yeah, and just like a big kind of chin.
Slovenly. I love the word slovenly.
Slovenliness.
Why
is one so slovenly? Because his faculties of ideality, order, self-esteem, and approbativeness are weak. Positively nothing more true.
There's some good words in this, isn't there? Some good old out-of-date words.
I keep stumbling. Yeah.
Yeah, but they're like out-of-date words, aren't they? I haven't...
Yeah. But yeah, that's phrenology really. I tried to read like more into it and you just get into like this crazy like you do get into some racist territory. Some
it's hard
anti-Semitic territory.
I was going to say some of these pictures have got stereotypical, like from back in the day, some stereotypical features of that you see in cartoons of Jewish people. So I'm wondering whether this Vaughan geezer...
It's all part of it, isn't it? It's got to be,
maybe he's an anti-Semite.
Yeah, some old, like, Disney villain caricatures there.
Yeah.
But...
when you end up reading shit like this, it is hard to really... obviously go too far into it because you realise how... it's bullshit from the get-go, so it's hard to... it's a lot of our topics. A lot of the ones I read when I like reading about like urine therapy and that, and then you get like... like unless you really... Unless there's like 5% of you that can kind of buy it, it's hard to really find much more.
Well, it's like... And the thing is there is some truth in it, right? Like, we do know that different parts of the brain are responsible for different things now. Like, when you put people under MRI scanning and stuff, like, different parts of your brain light up, and then you can literally see, like, people who are better at certain tasks have different, like, their parts of their brain will be more active or bigger or more dense. But it doesn't reflect in the actual shape of your skull and face and like skin and fat and muscles and everything. See, I wonder if anyone actually believes this anymore. Like, I wonder if there's people out there that are...
Must be, surely.
Just some real fucking idiots left. Like, yeah, people who believe any shit. There's people who believe that the Earth is flat, so there's definitely cunts to believe this.
Yeah. I tried to look into it as well to find if there was like a little community. So I went to Reddit and I typed in phrenology. The first thing I've done, I'll come back to that. I typed in phrenology and I found the phrenology subreddit, and it's only got like a couple hundred people in it, like no one's active, and it's just people sharing those kind of like, I think people just kind of like those charts and those pictures and everything. People like the aesthetic of it,
just for the crack. Like.
And like, people like talking about. Yeah, people just being interested in it from like a historical standpoint.
You're right. No one actually believing it.
Yeah, and then I think this is when I was researching before I got onto the phrenology thing, and I was researching big heads. I just typed in big head into Reddit, and the first thing that came up was big head porn, of course.
Of course.
And I'll link you to big head porn subreddit.
Oh, brilliant! So we're now just looking at porn on the podcast.
Yeah. It's exactly filter it by like the top posts of all time or whatever. They've just found nude photos of women, like, you know, posed models, photo shoot, like, you know, and photoshopped their heads big, but like not massively big, but like weird, like a weird, like, I don't know, like 20% bigger or like 50% bigger or something. So it's like it's too big that like that would be an actual person, but also your brain doesn't immediately recognize it as like completely fake, and it's weird. And
all
like,
I found
very
is
weird.
like this. That's really weird.
yeah,
I've just found like a sort of photoshopping of someone like doing it. I'm so fucking like an old man on Reddit, as in someone like showing, you know, like when they record the photoshopping.
Ah, okay. I thought you meant
like
how do you actually organise by
speed art.
how do you organise Reddit by like most fucking? I'm so old man at Reddit.
At the top where it says hot, you change it
Hot,
to top,
yeah.
and then you can change it to all time,
Ah, there we go. Okay.
and then you get the good stuff.
What is wrong with people, man? Why is this a thing?
The very top one's fucking weird. It's a video.
I like what you're saying as well. It's like just about. They're not like. Oh, it's very weird. They've got some effort to do that as well, haven't they?
Yeah.
that top one is really strange. Tom.
That's very.
That's mental. Look at the little clip, the very top one, Rob.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm looking
It like
at
fucks
it.
with your brain.
That does fuck with your brain. It's kind of like those. Remember those football things you used to get? Did you ever collect them, George? It might be a bit before your time, Tom. They were like.
No,
well, maybe they're still
It
about.
was like a bubblehead sort of thing.
But but they're like. It's the same sort of proportion. It's like just actually no, they were bigger, really.
Yeah.
Well, that one's not. That one's pretty much that picture is. But some of them, yeah, you're right. They're just a little bit bigger than usual.
I wonder what the
That's so strange. I don't like it.
What is the fetish? Like, I obviously understand that it's big heads, but there must be something. I don't know. Is it like to do with still being able to see features more in someone's face, or is it just the fact that they've got a big head and people just like have a big head? I want to know what the science is behind this.
Yeah,
yeah.
There must be some sort of like
striped socks,
reason.
Striped socks and a big head. that's exactly what it sounds like, guys. Yeah, it's like 20% bigger, isn't it? Like it's really not that much bigger on most of these. Just enough. I guess is it kind of like anime?
Yeah, maybe that's it.
But they more have like big features rather than a big head. Do they?
It's like the big eyes and stuff.
Is it? Do you think maybe it's because it makes people look smaller? Like it makes their proportions look smaller.
Well, that's a darker territory.
Is it going to be a bit dark? Is it a bit of a dark
that's
thing?
Even darker, isn't it?
That we stumbled across.
I don't think that's it. I don't think people know why they like it. They probably And I wonder if people even like it, like, or if they just also find it funny.
Is it just one big troll thing?
In the
1.2 thousand, so not a lot.
Oh, okay.
And there's only 4 people on the subreddit right now, and 3 of them are us.
There's someone on there right now going, "Hey!" It's a real buzzing time for the subreddit. Like,
yeah, but yeah, that's what I stumbled across. There's a lot of different big head related things on Reddit. It's pretty funny.
I just going back to that book.
Yeah.
On page 17, there's a nose comparison. If you wanted to see what sort of nose you've got as well, we've done our ears.
Oh, we've got a big nose as well.
Yeah, I reckon I'm gonna angle to your right, Tom, so I can look at your bunts and your nose. Oh, you've got a. So let's have a little look.
So let's get closer.
You've got. Well, that's a balanced nose you've got there.
Balanced. It's pretty balanced, yeah.
It's pretty balanced, I'd say.
I'd say it's pretty balanced. What's yours, George?
What was your ear, sorry? And your ear was...
Candid
and balanced.
Yeah, candid.
Which way do you want me to go?
I reckon yours might be selfish and hopeful. I like the way they're two... How do those two things normally go hand in hand? Selfish.
I mean, it does describe me quite well.
Yeah. Either that or vital.
Oh,
what about you, Rob? Let's have a look at your nose.
When it's vital, does it mean like full of vitality? Not just
you're
vital to the
survival
survival of man.
Yeah.
What way should I go?
Negative
Neutral, maybe.
or neutral. I wouldn't say you're negative though.
Well, I mean,
Yeah,
I
probably-
don't think we were expecting these to ring true, were we?
No, it's true. It's true.
I've got one other thing related to big heads. It's completely different to like the whole phrenology thing and everything.
I just realised as well, I can't believe I didn't make a Big Les reference when you mentioned bobbleheads, George. Fucking bobblehead, cunt!
What a great show. Shout out Big Les show. Have you ever
Shout
watched
out
it?
Big Les. Yeah, you watched that, Tom?
No.
Oh, mate.
Oh, that's great.
Get on it. Yeah, anyway, carry on.
So this is from the subreddit Am I an Arsehole? You might have heard of it. People tell us.
I have heard of this, yeah.
So if people have like a disagreement with a loved one or colleagues or whatever, they tend to put them in here to be like, am I the one being a dick or are they being a dick? And kind of airing it out. So I'm going to read it to you and you can tell me whether this person is an arsehole or not.
Okay.
And listeners, you can text in your Am I the Arsehole situations to the phone number 07 470 184 383. That is
07 470 184 383. 07 470 184 383.
so. Am I the arsehole for telling my wife I'm worried our daughter won't grow into her head? I have a daughter with my wife that turned 3 back in May. The daughter, not the wife. She's always had what I would consider a large head, even as a baby, but I think sometimes it may just be her cheeks. I don't think I've seen any other baby with cheeks like hers. They're extremely large and full. And I think that's what makes her head look so large. I think she's beautiful, but I do worry sometimes what will happen if she doesn't grow into her head and cheeks. Will she be teased for it? Could it cause self-esteem problems? I've kept most of these thoughts to myself, except for a few times where I've shared them with close friends of mine who've reassured me everything will be fine. What prompted my comment to my wife was a photo she took of our daughter at her dance class. She had her hair pulled back and the photo was up close, so it really highlighted her head size. My wife thought it was a great photo, but it just made me sad and seemed to reinforce the fears I've had. My wife could tell something was bothering me, so I confessed what the problem was. When I finished telling my wife my concerns, she criticised me for being a shallow arsehole and thinking our daughter has an abnormally large head. No one else has said anything, so I'm the last person who should be focusing on this as her father, she says. She also thinks I'm the arsehole for sharing this with her. In her mind, I should have kept it to myself because I should have known this would hurt her and make her feel like it was her fault as a mother. I never expected my wife to react this way.
How could it be her fault?
I don't know. I never expected my wife to react the way she did, so just the fact that she reacted this strongly has me wondering if I'm the arsehole for thinking this and mentioning it to her.
So what's the verdict? What do you think? I think, yeah, a little bit. Like you're not... I mean, I get just straight up truth, but surely why would you even be thinking that? I don't know.
I'm saying not guilty.
You think he's not an arsehole?
Not an arsehole.
I don't think so, no.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure. It's hard to know if you, how you'd feel about your own kid, innit? I feel like you'd feel different. Everything about you's different, but maybe not. Maybe you'd just still be like, well, I still just... The abject truth is the abject truth.
You might just still wonder, I wonder if she's ever going to not have a big head.
Yeah.
Are her cheeks always going to be big?
Quite a lot of kids do have big heads though, don't they? I remember when I worked doing my work experience in a primary school, and I remember just finding it hilarious how so big some of their heads were. It was in reception or year one, one of the very early years. And I remember there was just one kid in particular, he just used to crack me up. I just think, you've got a massive head. And you're obviously going to grow into it, but it was just almost like wobbly,
Yeah. He's going to make a reliable husband in the future one day. His big head.
There you go.
What do you think, George? You think he's not an arsehole?
Oh, I'd say not an arsehole. Yeah, I mean, it depends how he broke it to his wife, right?
Yeah, I mean, if he said it to his daughter,
if he just said, she's got a fucking massive head, and was going down that route, then yeah. But if he's just sharing his concern, it's a weird concern to have, but
yeah. If he told his daughter, straight up arsehole, but you can't do that, obviously.
No,
but.
Yeah, I don't think he's an arsehole for having those thoughts. Like, I don't think he should be judged on that.
No, and to be fair, I don't think he's really even asking that. He's more asking, am I the arsehole for, like, sharing it with my wife? Because that's what she's kind of accusing him of, isn't it?
But I feel
I don't know. Maybe share it with your mates. I don't know.
That's worse.
That is worse. That is worse. You're right. That is worse, yeah.
Well, I think he said he'd already... I don't know if he said it in what I read. Yeah, he said he'd already... I've kept most of these thoughts to myself, except for a few times where I've shared them with close friends of mine who've reassured me everything will be fine.
Okay.
I think I'm surprised that it's become a thing. I feel like if I had a kid who had a big head, it would just be like I would be with my partner, just be like, oh, our kid's got a big head, but like it wouldn't be a thing. I wouldn't be like, oh my god, they've got a big head. What are we gonna do? It's awful. I'd be like, our kid's got a big head.
Well, wasn't this one more about the cheeks though?
Loads of kids have fat cheeks. Don't like fat cheeks.
Yeah, chubby cheeks. But, like a cute.
Guess you could have like big
Cabbage Patch doll.
Yeah. Anyway, he got.
What did Reddit say?
Yeah.
So, arsehole.
Yeah. The hive mind.
Is it like a voting thing? Is there a vote type like poll?
Yeah, there's not a poll. So when you leave a comment, I think you type in like YTA for you're the arsehole, or like they're the like, I don't know. There's different anagrams, and YTA, NTA, ECH, which is ESH, sorry, which is everyone sucks here. No arseholes here. Not enough info. Blah blah blah. But yeah, you vote, and I think there's like a bot that scans all the comments and picks up what the overall consensus is. So there are some people here that are like, no, you're not, like, there's no arseholes, but you probably just could have addressed it better, like have better communication with your fucking wife.
Yeah.
Like, and yeah, your kids don't get bullied for having a big head. There's other things kids will bully your kids for.
Yeah.
I'd say, in my opinion, I don't think he was being an arsehole. So it's interesting to see how people's minds work. Maybe I'm an arsehole. I mean, in fact, I know I'm an arsehole. So
I wonder if some of these things. Do you ever have an argument? There's like a Black Mirror episode where they it's like you have like a thing in your eye, like a sort of like permanent like camera thing.
Yeah.
And the sort of episode kind of centers around like people like having like an argument, and like maybe like about him remembering something back in time and revisiting it. But but I think maybe they focus. I think they touch upon this about how like if you've had an argument and then you just rewind it and go, well, let's see. Sometimes you're like, I swear we did this, or let me just rewind it to see. Every now and then, this just made me think. I don't know why it's made me thinking that, but I think because thinking like, am I the arsehole? Actually, yesterday maybe I was being an arsehole, but we was in town in Gravesend just grabbing some bits. And Gina was like, she moved the car and was like, I'll pick you up by the train station where I picked you up the other night. I was like, all right, sweet. So I'll get round to the side where she picked me up the other night. Facts, right? That's where I went. And then I'm ringing her. I'm like, whereabouts are you? She's like, I'm at the side where I picked you up. I'm like, you ain't. I'm like, I am. Like, where? She's like, exactly where I picked you up. Like in the parking bay. I was like, okay. Because you're not, because I am where you picked me up. Like, and I was like, I walk around the other side, but if you're saying you are where you picked me up, you ain't going to be there. And then I got round there and there she was, and we had a bit of a row because I was just being a dick. I was just like, well, you just factually weren't. We never resolved it. Like in the end, I had to just we just call peace and just, because I know I didn't cross, because we had all this shit with us. She picked me up from London. Also, she was probably annoyed about the fact she did me a really nice favour and I'm being a prick about that. But
it's weird though, because you're never a prick about stuff like that. Like, well, someone's a little bit wrong.
She picked me up at like 1 a.m. as well from London, from my Melvin's gig, and we had like stuff on like a sack barrier. We carried all our gear, like speaker and that. So I remember that we didn't cross over the barrier because that would have been effort and I would have remembered having to do that. I remember pulling up on the train, looking straight out the door and being like, oh, Gina's right there, sick. And we got out, went through the barrier, got on the train. And the side where I said we were splitting up, is where you get off the train to go to London. The other side where she was is where you get on the train to go to London. And I was just like, I'm willing to accept I was wrong because I was a bit pissed that night. So for those reasons, I'm willing to accept that possibly I was wrong. I was like, but by the same token, are you not willing to accept that you're possibly wrong because the side I was is where the train goes? Like,
and that's where you went wrong.
I know. I was like, the only way you could be right is if, for whatever reason, the train came in at a different platform that night. For some strange reason, like it cross tracks and they switch the way around the trains go. Like I was like, but yeah, in the end I had to drop it. You can see I'm over it. I'm completely over it. Like, obviously, like it's not even bothering me at all.
What's your heart rate at the moment?
Yeah, but it's the annoying thing is like, well, I would just never know. And like in my head, I'm so certain I'm right. Like I remember it that way. But like she obviously is also so certain she was right. And she was like, I remember sitting in the park, like in the waiting bay. There isn't a waiting bay the other side, so I wasn't there. She was like, I was sat in the waiting. And I was like, well, that's a reasonable. Like I can see why you think that's right. So like maybe I am wrong. But like it'd be so weird if I'm wrong.
Gaslighting. Shame on you, Gene.
Yes, yeah. I think we're both gaslighting each other. But anyway, I don't know why that. Oh, it did matter. Am I the arsehole? Am I the arsehole? Yeah. What do you think?
On Reddit.
No, I don't think so. If you both genuinely believe that you was there and she
isn't
wasn't
that kind
there,
of
like you both genuinely like, then you're both more like
both
confused
of you
more than anything. I feel.
Yeah, confused. I guess probably like the way I was behaving about it. Probably, if there was a fly on the wall, you might argue that I was being an arsehole because I don't know. Some might say I have a tendency to be a bit of a dick when I think I'm right. Some might say that.
No, not like cocky and sarcastic. No, not you.
And obviously I let it go pretty quick. Like I didn't just bang on about it the entire drive home or anything.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, it's first we've hearing of it.
Yeah. She'll be delighted to know I brought it up again as well.
Text us in and tell us if Rob's an arsehole or if Gina's an arsehole.
Yeah.
I thought you were speaking to Gina then. And you can text in. Your side of the story, Gina.
Yeah. Talking of texting in, have we had any communique?
I feel like we'll save them up for. There has been some,
for an episode. All right. Oh, yeah. Right, nice.
Mm-hmm. Some of you texting in. Some of you are not.
Little foreshadow in there.
Yeah. I think
some of you are texting, some of you are not.
Yeah.
You know who you are.
If you've listened and you're like an hour into the episode or whatever it is, like, why are you not texting us? The number is 07470 184 383. That is
07470 184 383. 07470 184 383. I'm disappointed that also Bassy Josh hasn't texted me about the theme tune yet. Like, I'm very surprised. I was thinking it as soon as that episode goes out. As soon as he's listened, I'm getting a text from Bassy Josh saying something about the theme tune, whether like it's really annoying or it's amusing. Well done on the I don't know. A theme tune comment I was expecting, Bassy Josh. Come on, man.
Keep calling him out.
We did get some feedback. Push Up Paul, he thought it was funny that we like kept hammering it in over and over again, and I think it was getting stuck in his head. Copper Dan said it was he enjoyed it. He said it got stuck in his head.
Nice.
Lodgers Oak said,
"Oh, did he comment?
I need to turn it down because it was too loud." it was like I was editing it on like the laptop speakers, and then it wasn't until I put the headphones in after I published it that I realised it was a bit loud, a bit aggressive.
Big up Lodgers Oak. Came to my gig the other night as well. Shout out Lodgers Oak.
Shout out Lodgers.
Friend of the pod. Have we had any international texts, or has it purely been local texts?
I think it's just just good old
very disappointed
British
in you.
Plus
listen,
4
you know who you are. I'm very disappointed in you. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, give us a text, give us a WhatsApp.
Yeah.
Send us. If you've got like another Am I the Arsehole or any kind of like question like that. I feel like Am I the Arsehole is a good little topic. Like we could.
I like that.
I might find like a couple of these, especially if they're like funny ones. Am I the Arsehole? Or like the relationship problem subreddit. That's always pretty good. So maybe I'll find one of them and easy content, isn't it?
Yeah.
Don't even have to think about it.
Please. All right.
So
Thanks, Tom.
my head's the
Frenulum,
biggest.
Phrenology, Big Ed.
But
You do have the biggest.
we didn't even clarify whether that means that you're more intelligent than me, right? Because you've both got big heads.
You don't need
to clarify that, mate. Yeah, don't worry.
Figure that out. Come on.
No, just because I've got knowledge about Bigfoot and ghosts that you haven't, you're just jealous.
And how to pronounce, words correctly, like
Yeah, had to say rant and garage. And what was the other one?
I don't even know.
Steve's that.
Rant, garage. Steve's that? What?
Stiff that.
That is. Look, I've been proved
let's
right.
not make it
again.
5 episodes. Come on.
That was episode 78 of the Curios Cast. Thanks for listening.